Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Summer frames Claire for crime. Drastic scheme to win back Kyle. The Young and the Restless YNR spoilers reveal that Summer Newman Allison Lanier could go to extremes when it comes to her upcoming mission to reunite with Kyle Abbott Michael Mealer. Summer was once a masterful schemer, so maybe it's time for her to revisit her roots. We're talking about someone who used her life-saving liver donation for Lola Rosales Sasha Calle as leverage to get Kyle Abbott Michael Mealer to marry her. Summer has evolved in many ways since then, but desperate times call for desperate measures. YNR spoilers indicate that Summer will prove she's Phyllis Summers' Michelle Stafford daughter in the storyline that's looming. We'll see Summer embrace some of Phyllis' qualities and strategies, so trouble could be brewing. Summer and Kyle's problems first started back when Phyllis faked her demise and framed Diane Jenkins Abbott Susan Walters to take the fall for it. Diane got arrested due to the setup, so Kyle wasn't happy when Summer found out Phyllis was alive and didn't come clean right away. That was the beginning of the end for Kyle and Summer's marriage, but she'll hope to fix their relationship down the road. What if Summer takes a page out of Phyllis' playbook and frames Claire Newman Haley Aaron for a crime, perhaps one that involves preying on Kyle's love for his mother? Kyle is still working on fully forgiving Diane after all the drama that's played out in recent months, but he's getting there. Regardless, Kyle loves Diane and would panic if anything terrible happened to her. Unfortunately, more problems could be brewing since Diane will worry about Victor Newman Eric Braden targeting Kyle due to his relationship with Claire. That could leave Diane pushing for Claire and Kyle's breakup, which might work in Summer's favor. It'd give Claire a motive to want Diane gone and work for Summer's plot. At some point, Summer might pry the truth out of Nikki Newman Melody Thomas Scott, Victoria Newman Amelia Heinel about Claire's poison trap for Jordan Colleen Zink. Jordan may have decided to drink it on her own, but Claire's still the one who tainted the tea. Perhaps Summer could use that info to her advantage and set up a situation where it looks like Claire's back at her poisoning game. Summer might set a trap of her own and make it seem like Claire's trying to eliminate Kyle's mother next. Summer might even come up with a scenario where she can play the hero and save Diane from a poisoned beverage. Of course, Summer would have to make sure there's no legitimate danger involved in her trickery, but she could be careful and pull it off. Then again, maybe Summer could position herself as Claire's victim and earn Kyle's sympathy. If Summer fakes a medical episode and accuses Claire of poisoning her, she could make it seem like Claire wants her out of the way to be Harrison Abbott's Reading Munsell only mother figure. Would Kyle buy that under the right circumstances? Could Kyle worry that Claire's gone off the deep end due to her latest round of Jordan trauma? Whatever the case, our predictions hint that we may see a sneaky side of Summer in the coming months, perhaps a side of her that's willing to cross major lines to get what she wants. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Summer will have to make some updates to her tactics along the way, so stay tuned for any alarming news to come. The drama in Genoa City is about to take a jaw-dropping turn as Summer Newman hatches a desperate scheme to win back Kyle Abbott, one that could destroy Claire Grace's life forever. In a shocking twist, Summer, still heartbroken over her failed marriage, decides to frame Claire for a crime she didn't commit. But will this drastic move secure her happiness, or will it backfire in ways she never imagined? Summer's obsession grows darker. Summer has never been one to give up easily, especially when it comes to love. Despite their separation, she remains convinced that she and Kyle are meant to be. But with Kyle seemingly moving on and growing closer to Claire, Summer feels like she's losing her grip on the man she still considers her soulmate. Desperation takes hold, and instead of accepting fate, she chooses to manipulate it. Summer's initial attempts to sway Kyle back, subtle reminders of their history, strategic run-ins, even trying to use their son, Harrison Haven, yielded the results she hoped for. Kyle is still civil with her, but his affection is waning. Meanwhile, Claire has slowly begun to gain his trust, and Summer sees her as the biggest obstacle standing between her and reconciliation. A sinister plan is born. Determined to eliminate Claire from Kyle's life, Summer devises an elaborate scheme to frame her for a crime one so severe that Claire will have no choice but to leave town in disgrace. But what kind of crime could achieve such a devastating effect? Summer gets her hands on confidential files from Newman Enterprises, documents she knows Victor and Victoria would kill to keep private. With careful planning, she plants these files on Claire's laptop and sends an anonymous tip to authorities, ensuring that Claire will take the fall for corporate espionage. If all goes according to plan, Claire will be accused of stealing company secrets, which would not only ruin her budding romance with Kyle but also destroy any chance of building a new life in Genoa City. The fallout begins. When the accusations against Claire surface, chaos erupts. Victor Newman, ever the ruthless protector of his empire, is livid at the apparent betrayal. Victoria, who has been giving Claire a chance despite her past, feels crushed by what seems like an unforgivable misstep. Even Kyle, who had started to see Claire in a different light, begins to question everything. Could she really have done something so reckless? Claire vehemently denies any wrongdoing, but the evidence is stacked against her. Her laptop is found with the files, and the email sent to the authorities is traced back to her IP address. It all looks damning. Summer, watching from the shadows, believes she's finally won. A crack in the plan. Just when Summer thinks she has everything under control, a piece of unexpected evidence threatens to unravel her web of deceit. Claire, determined to clear her name, enlists the help of Chance Chancellor, who begins digging into the cyber trail of the so-called crime. With his skills and connections, it doesn't take long before he finds discrepancies in the timeline of the file transfers. Further investigation leads to a shocking discovery. Security footage from Newman Enterprises shows Summer using Claire's computer when no one was looking. As Chance presents the evidence to Kyle, the truth begins to dawn on him. The woman he once loved and trusted has just committed an unforgivable act, all in the name of winning him back. Kyle is devastated. His anger toward Claire melts away, replaced by sheer disbelief at Summer's cruelty. Summer's world falls apart. As the truth unravels, Summer finds herself backed into a corner. Kyle confronts her, his face etched with disappointment and fury. "How could you do this?" he demands, his voice shaking with emotion. "You didn't just go after Claire, you ruined yourself in the process." Summer tries to justify her actions, claiming that everything she did was out of love. But Kyle doesn't see love, he sees betrayal. He tells her in no uncertain terms that whatever lingering feelings he had for her are gone. Their relationship is beyond repair. Victor, meanwhile, is enraged at Summer's audacity, knowing she used Newman property in her scheme. Victoria, deeply disappointed, warns her that there will be consequences. The Newman family has always protected its own, but Summer has crossed a line that might make even their loyalty waver. Claire's redemption and Summer's downfall. With the truth exposed, Claire is fully exonerated. The scandal that almost destroyed her reputation is now a mere footnote in her past, while Summer faces the full weight of her actions. As the dust settles, Claire finds herself in Kyle's arms, not as a suspect but as someone who has proven her integrity in the face of injustice. As for Summer, she faces a future more uncertain than ever. With Kyle pushing her away, Victor and Victoria looking at her with disdain, and even her mother, Phyllis, struggling to defend her, she may have finally gone too far. Will she find a way to redeem herself, or has she just lost everything in her ruthless pursuit of love? Only time will tell in the ever-twisting world of the young and the restless.